How the case plays into the Trump administration's broader immigration crackdown. China again raises tariffs on goods from the United States, the latest escalation of the global trade war. And a sense of patriotism takes hold among the people of Taiwan in the face of growing threats from the powerful country next door.
Taiwan has never in its history been ruled by the People's Republic of China, and that has made a huge difference in our culture.
Major funding for the PBS NewsHour has been provided by friends of the NewsHour, including Jim and Nancy Bildner, and the Robert and Virginia Schiller Foundation. The Judy and Peter Bloom Kovler Foundation, upholding freedom by strengthening democracies at home and abroad. The William and Flora Hewlett Foundation, for more than 50 years advancing ideas and supporting institutions to promote a better world, at hewlett.org.
Cunard is a proud supporter of public television. On a voyage with Cunard, the world awaits. A world of flavor, diverse destinations, and immersive experiences. A world of leisure and British style. All with Cunard's White Star service.
The Charles F. Kettering Foundation, working to advance inclusive democracies. Learn more at kettering.org.
And with the ongoing support of these individuals and institutions. And friends of the NewsHour. This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to the NewsHour. Today, an immigration judge in Louisiana ruled that the Trump administration can deport Mahmoud Khalil, a Columbia University graduate student and legal permanent resident who was detained last month for his role in campus protests against the war in Gaza. Judge Jamie Coleman said the government met its burden of evidence to support the determination that Khalil poses adverse foreign policy consequences for the United States despite not being charged with a crime. Our White House correspondent Laura Barone-Lopez has been covering this and joins me now. So, Laura, the judge has decided that Khalil can be deported. He won't be immediately deported, though. Explain that and what happens next.
So the reason he won't be immediately deported is because there's two tracks happening at the same exact time, Amna. Right now, there are the immigration court proceedings in Louisiana, and that's the judge we heard from today ruling that he can be deported. And Khalil's lawyers are going to appeal that ruling today in immigration court seeking relief. Now, at the same time, there is a federal judge in New Jersey that as early as today, because there's a hearing occurring today, as early as today, that federal judge in New Jersey could decide whether Khalil must be released from detention where he's currently being held in Louisiana. I spoke to Khalil's lawyer, Bahar Azmi, and he said that the federal court is where that constitutional question is going to be answered, and that they are confident that the federal judge will not accept the Secretary of State Marco Rubio's determination at face value. And the lawyers essentially hope that Khalil can be released while that constitutional question about his freedom of speech protections will play out in federal court.
All right, late yesterday, the Supreme Court ruled on another major immigration case I know you've been following. They said the administration must facilitate the return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. That's a Maryland man who was wrongfully deported to El Salvador last month. What's the latest on that?
So just as a reminder, the Justice Department admitted in a court filing just a few weeks ago that they wrongfully deported Garcia based on, quote, an administrative error. Now, Garcia's
different path would serve us better now. I'll lead the way. A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful should we encounter another speaker.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics.
Twas a fine adventure we shared. May we meet again.
If we share our strengths, we can begin formulating a strategy that caters to our respective skills.
There is a rumor whispered among pawns that I have oft pondered. The gist of it is, when pawns travel beyond the rift, we can contract a peculiar illness that imperils the lives of those around us. At first, we are only restless and excitable, but in time we become so unruly that even the Arisen holds no sway over us.
Let me get that. We need not words to show our intentions. The elves may come to trust us if we prove ourselves in deed.
The elves are a people worth befriending, if we can but find a way to soften their hearts.
Common reward, frustratingly so. We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Fa alcaru asil non via palan. My tinne fear meltol. Kemenindor, fionar lis nun morivin.
Nea fer morfin in tarma. A fer pelle in minisbarna. Alana fer in mine.
Her minra. Heruar linda.
Gana el kemenhum.
Ayolot, ronde militar.
Kanyayan we ehetele.
Ilmen arefanne.
Nun ve oyonda ata.
Nea fer morfin in tarma.
Bindamun. Bindamun. Ronde Minotaur.
Chiamenia, Valia, Gialdana, Azur.
Valis Harenon, Hailana,
Halan Ostolin Town. When did it all?
Sono Oyu.
Salma Arenfe, Alecano.
Nun lia Fiona sur Firnes, ilmen. Elelote an Fir Ananduin, Mormate fa Elecano. Osto silfa malantha Alecano mine in fer avehum. Lia tu elelia nenwen. Lule sul mor ne alefane? Angudu telpe. We herua. Urtu ae.
Damun. Nun lia tilmo. Jarmen ran soron.
Akael fil Calawin nun li arama. Arume fa in Itarond, etele eldalia nun we.
in Lalasta.
Fadisaranon, Halanafir in Mine. Nun be Olanda
Elelote osto silfa malantha alecano mine in fair up. Vehum? Sinde fir arek. Elelot osto silfa malantha alecano mine in fair.
We must rest, though the sun is still up. Good morrow, everyone.
Come. We've much to be getting on with. A new day, a new perspective.
Herr Menran, Heruar Lintan. Terale, Elia, Menamera.
Etela el dalia nunwe el one.
Terale, Elia, Menamera.
Inkai ne Malanta?
Wolves, Master! I doubt ice will be of any use against it.
Our foe hasn't even noticed aught being pilfered.
You cold? Forgive me, but you do not appear to be in need of aid.
Karil, kemen rostindo nun meltol. Morvea kuruir. You're no elf. Halan lome meltol. Firnis nambawe. I am called Darren. My brother taught me to speak your tongue. So different from our own. Do you understand me? I learned the words, but this is the first I use them. Others of your kind have come here, but my people warn them away. Oh, but I cannot stay. I must, see to the Arberheart.
Anendune falumtena. Nun falles mir anamorlis.
The Maester's teaching is yours, Arisen. I dare say there's no truer sign of mastery, nor better reward for your efforts.
I shall strive to learn from your example, that I might reach new heights of my own.
Falomatari nun fear.
Salma Arendt.
My duty is to care for this, our sacred tree. The Arberheart, she is called. She has been with us a very long time. She is nature's very heart and a pillar of strength for my people. We have always lived in harmony with nature, and the Arbor Heart is our connection to the land. Yet, day by day, her strength is failing. I must give her nourishment of the soil to help her recover. A special kind, called Gwifencha in my language. I know not what you would call it in yours. Once, a dwarf wandered into the arbor and gifted some to us. It filled the Arbor Heart with life. Now, little remains. Too little for the Arbor Heart to recover her strength in full. She begins to wane. Do you know of this substance? It must be found outside the arbor somewhere. If you find any, will you tell me where it lies?
You can always depend upon me to translate for you, Master. Gwifencha is the Elvish word for scale cinder.
In your tongue, it is called scale cinder? Where can it be found, I wonder?
Now, scale cinder is a byproduct of the Battahl smithing style. A Battahl blacksmith ought be able to tell us more.
If you see him on your journey, will you let me know?
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful should we encounter another speaker.
Menelume sur Karilm. Heror anne oia fermor. Mor nun hiroth.
One wakestone shard is a mere rock, but combined, they can work miracles.
We ought to keep it with care, lest we lose it.
This party is fit for adventure. Our strengths complement each other well.
We ought to have no trouble on the journey ahead.
True enough. I can't imagine we're in need of a campsite just now.
We shall be ill-prepared for battle if we rest overmuch. I shall come at once, Arisen. Overconfidence is an enemy in and of its...
Lis fin del nar. Morfa errando.
Now, what might that be? We ought to take a closer look. There's a cave in the vicinity that you've yet to explore. I can take us there, using knowledge I gained beyond the rift. We're unlikely to find any warm hearths down here. Proceeding ill-prepared invites an early grave. I am well aware of the particulars. We cannot break it from this side. Really? Now?
To retreat then,
where you do not fall prey to the enemy's attack as they pass. Indeed, it shall be done. I am here to aid you, Arisen. We have found a material. I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
You have my protection.
Just yonder. Looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients. No harm in picking a few. Is well to be thorough. but I failed to see the merit in returning to this location time and time again.
Come. The Arisen's motivations are not ours to question.
Mayhap you'll think this a trifle, but... Curious thing. One of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why. Each to their own. Choppers, master! His weak to fire!
Our foe hasn't even noticed what's been pilfered.
Well done, master.
Yes, Master.
and I shall remain by your side.
Keep your ears pricked. Our foes might betray themselves with the slightest sound. Be sure to keep your wits about you. Out of the cave at last. Such dark depths take their toll on the spirit. Right you are. An impressive view. We can infer much of the lay of the land from here. We are alone here, methinks. Perhaps we might stop a moment and find our bearings. Right you are. Yon statue makes for a fine landmark. Shall we search for a path to lead us to it?
path would serve us better. I'll lead the way.
Lawyer for basic details about Alberto Garcia's location. Where exactly is he? And that exchange was highlighted by Garcia's lawyers today.
That was the most shocking thing of all, that the attorney for the government wasn't even prepared to answer the question, where is Kilmar Abrego today and what is his custodial status? I was very dismayed and disheartened by the fact that they wouldn't answer such a straightforward question.
The Trump administration has been extremely defiant in this case, Amna. They have been fighting, essentially bringing back Garcia to the United States, saying that they just have to facilitate it, not effectuate it. And it's unclear what exactly facilitation means. Now, Abrego's lawyer was incredulous, as you heard there, and also said that they were confused as to why there had been many hours since the Supreme Court's ruling, and yet the government appeared to not be doing much to bring Garcia back to the United States.
So Abrego Garcia was here with legal protected status. Khalil was here, as you mentioned, as a legal green card holder. Are we seeing the Trump administration go after more people with legal status here in the States?
We are. We've seen hundreds of students who have visas, who have then had their visas revoked by the Trump administration in recent weeks, and many of them have said that they aren't given explanations as to why. They have not been charged with crimes, like Khalil has not. And also this week, Homeland Security announced that they are increasing surveillance on immigrants. They said that they're monitoring immigrant social media to root out anti-Semitism. And this is all happening as temporary protected status, another form of legal protection, is essentially hanging in the balance. And on that front, and on the wider anti-immigration agenda, I spoke to David Leopold. He's an immigration attorney and former president of the American Immigration Lawyers Association. And we talked about President Trump's larger anti-immigration agenda and the administration's campaign to convince immigrants to self-deport. David Leopold, thank you so much for joining us. There's been a flurry of court action in the last 24 hours, and the Supreme Court ordered the Trump administration to, quote, facilitate the return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia from El Salvador. That's different wording than the lower court used, which was to effectuate his return from El Salvador. So what does this mean? I mean, what exactly can the court compel the administration to do in this case?
Well, listen, I've handled cases where people have been deported improperly, and the court has the authority and the jurisdiction to order a person who's unlawfully deported back. And we know that Mr. Garcia, who was living his life, children, he was arrested when his special needs son was in the car, was unlawfully deported. The Trump administration has admitted the mistake, and the fact that they're not effectuating, facilitating, getting him back here right now, tonight, is just astounding to those of us who respect the rule of law, which is the country.
In another case, a judge said that the administration could move forward with creating an immigrant registry, requiring all foreign nationals who've been in the U.S. more than 30 days to register with the federal government. Caroline Leavitt, White House press secretary, addressed today's deadline for migrants to register.
As President Trump and Secretary Noem have both said, if you register and you leave now, you choose to self-deport. You may have the opportunity to return later legally. But if not, you will be arrested, fined, deported, never to return to our country again.
David, who does this apply to? And is the administration's overall goal here to convince undocumented migrants and potentially some legal immigrants to self-deport?
Well, look, this whole use of a registry has always been part of the law. I think what's going on here is most of the undocumented immigrants in this country, these are the people that put food on our table. These are the people that take care of our moms and our dads who are in assisted living. These are the people who got us through the pandemic. Trump at that time, 5 years ago, called them essential workers, because that's what they are. And most of these folks are just working hard and trying to make it. The problem they've got is that the law has never been fixed, and there is no lawful pathway for them to get their U.S. passports and their citizenship. So what the Trump administration appears to be doing is using the registry law to criminalize people, taking people who are law-abiding, hardworking folk, and giving them some technical criminal violation. It's just awful.
I want to ask you about the cancellation of those Social Security numbers for some 6,000 immigrants living in the U.S. that you mentioned. The administration did it by moving them to the agency's death master file, taking away a key form of tax identification. So what does this mean for those immigrants practically?
Well, good question. Look, immigrants pay roughly 25.7.
I count 6 shots, nigga.
I count 2 guns, nigga.
Who's that stumbling around in the dark? State your business or prepare to get winged.
All right, folks. Calm down. Go about your business. These jokers will be gone soon. Now, why y'all want to come into my town and start trouble? And scare all these nice people? You ain't got nothing better to do than to come into Bill Sharp's town and show your ass.
What other archaic rituals are you people forbidden to take part in? What? Like, for instance, what if we were to walk into the saloon here, sit down at a table, order a drink, and drink it? Would the authorities frown on that?
Hell yeah, they gonna frown.
And what part would they find the most offensive?
All of it. I could be walking on saloon, I could be sitting down in no chair at no table, I could be drinking no drink, and I definitely can't be sharing no drink with no white man in public.
So if you and I were to do these things, that would be considered enough of an infraction for the saloon keeper to go and get the sheriff?
You bet your sweet ass they get the sheriff.
In that case, Django, after you.
from the look of these Black Angels, my sources weren't wrong. They weren't just a damn whistle. Oh, I got my share of cold blacks, horse faces, and dummy mouth bitches out there in the field, but the lion's share of my lady niggas is real showboats.
Well, that's what I'm looking for. A show pony for young Django. Huh. So the only question that remains is, do you have a nigga here worth $5,000?
Dr. Schultz, $5,000 nigga is practically my middle name.
I bet you and that jump thought y'all with no love inside it, but we said Jack Hill to the cows and get the idea to go to drink. Look them up. That was a good idea. Bet y'all couldn't do it, right? Your deep bogey, deep eyes, your hawk shit. Take to the cow. Then you get your ass invited to camp. Must. He rides all the way out there to the plantation. Ain't nobody to watch. Rides in the candy land. Rides your goddamn horses right up to the motherfucking gate. And that's where you meet Slim. And that's when you know Joe.
bent over the doctor.
Actually, Mr. Candace, there's something I ain't told you about yet.
What?
Hilda in the hot box. What you doing now? What you think you doing now? In the hot box. Been running. What she do? Run off again.
Jesus Christ, Stephen, how many people ran away while I was gone? When did she go?
Last night, they brought her back this morning.
How long she been in the box?
How long you think she been in there all damn day? And the little bitch got 10 more days to be in there.
Take her out.
Take her out? Why?
Because I said so. That's why. Doctor, no. Yes. Hilda is my nigga. Southern hospitality dictates I make her available to him.
But Miss O'Candy should run off.
What is the point of having a nigga that speaks German? You can't wheel him out when you have a German guest. Now I realize it's inconvenient. Still, you take her ass out.
Y'all unheard the man. Get her ass up out of there. Go. Get over there and get her cleaned up. Bring her back over here to Dr. What do you say your name is? Shoot.
and let God sort him out. Eyes upon my chest.
I believe it's time to go. Early this morning, when you knocked upon my door, early this morning, ooh, when you knocked upon my door, and I said, hello, Satan, I believe it's time to go. Devil was walking side by side. Me and the devil was walking side by side. And I'm going to beat my woman until I get satisfied. She said you don't see why why. Ooh, that spirit don't me down. It must be that old evil spirit so deep down in the ground. You may be my body up on the highway side. Baby, I don't care where you be my body when I'm dead and gone. You may be my body, ooh, down by the highway side. So my old evil spirit can catch a prey on birds and rust.
Now I'm aiming for heaven, but probably wind up down in hell, where upon this altar I will hang my guilt-ridden head. but it's time I'll take before I begin. 3 shakes to the wind, 3 shakes to the wind. Yeah, it's time I'll take before I begin. 3 shakes to the wind, 3 shakes to the wind.
We're the rebels of the Sacred Heart. I said the ball or chain, no prison shall keep. We're the rebels of the Sacred Heart. Terrified of the open road, yeah, where it leads, you never know. But rest assured, he'll be on your back. Get a holy ghost, cruise thumbs in black. As the band of hells and the young girl cries, the blessed virgin in a brown man's eye. The albatross hanging round your neck is the cross you bear for your sins he bleeds. Rebels away, don't let the heart slow as me. On a ball or chain, no prison shall keep. We're the rebels of the Sacred Heart. I said no ball or chain, no prison shall keep. We're the rebels of the Sacred Heart.
Hey there. Hey there. Need anything? Sure. Here's what I got.
From beyond the pale to the northern sky. So you saved your shillings and your last sixpence. 'Cause in God's name they built a barbed wire fence. Be glad you sailed for a better day. But don't forget there'll be hell to pay. Rebels away. Don't let me your heart always be. And a ball or chain, no prison shall keep. We're the rebels of the Sacred Heart. I said no ball or chain, no prison shall keep. We're the rebels of the Sacred Heart. Yeah. Resurrection, no protection, all things life must be. No ball or chain, no prison shall keep. We're the rebels of the Sacred Heart. Now bless me, Father, for I have sinned. But it's the same old story again and again and again. Well, such is the bread of an everyday life, from morning to noon to the shadowless night. Well, such is the bread of an everyday life, from morning to noon to the shadowless night. Rebels away, though heavy your hearts shall always be. No ball or chain, no prison shall keep. We're the rebels of the Sacred Heart. I said no ball or chain, no prison shall keep. We're the rebels of the Sacred Heart. Rebels away, don't have your heart shall always be. No ball or chain, no prison shall keep. We're the rebels of the Sacred Heart. I said no ball or chain, no prison shall keep. We're the rebels of the Sacred Heart. I said no ball or chain, no prison shall keep. We're the rebels of the Sacred Heart. Well,
found him by the railroad track this morning. I could see that he was nearly dead. I knelt down beside him and I listened just to hear the words the dying fella said. He said they let me out of prison, out in Frisco.
Glad that's over.
For 10 long years I paid for what I'd done. I was trying to get back to Louisiana to see my Rose and get to know my son. Give my love to Rose, please won't you, mister? Take her all my money, tell her buy some pretty clothes. Tell my boy that daddy's so proud of him. And don't forget to give my love to Rose. Won't you tell him I said thanks for waiting for me? Tell my boy to help his mom at home. Tell my Rose to try to find another, 'cause it ain't right that she should live alone. Mister, here's the bag with all my money. It won't last them long the way it goes. God bless you for finding me this morning. Now don't forget to give my love to Rose. Give my love to Rose, please won't you, mister? Take her all my money, tell her buy some pretty clothes. Tell my boy that daddy's so proud of him. And don't forget to give my love to
Oh, ricorderò. Ricorderai, ricorderò, ricorderai, 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 ricorderò, ricorderai, ti ricorderò, ricorderai, ricorderò, ricorderai, ricorderò.
I'll sing you a true song of Billy the Kid. I'll sing of some desperate deeds that he did way out in New Mexico long, long ago, when a man's only chance was his own.
I want to ask you about those, the cancellation of those Social Security numbers for some 6,000 immigrants living in the U.S. that you mentioned. The administration did it by moving them to the agency's death master file, taking away a key form of tax identification. So what does this mean for those immigrants practically?
Well, yeah, good question. Look, immigrants pay roughly $25.7 billion every year in Social Security taxes. So let's start there. What is the object here? What is the gain the administration is going to get by taking that kind of money out of the Social Security system every year? What the administration is doing, as it's doing in other areas, is it's weaponizing Social Security. It's weaponizing it against immigrants. And it's an invasion of privacy. Don't think that it's going to stop with immigrants' Social Security numbers. They're going to be going through government bureaucrats, going through a Social Security system that has all of our numbers in there and all of our privacy information and all of our data. And this comes at a time when our seniors are terrified because of the cuts that are coming to the Social Security Administration and other administrations, other agencies within the federal government. They're terrified they're not going to be getting their benefits, and with good reason. And now they're going to go in and they're going to invade privacy, and we know that mistakes are going to be made. What's going to happen when American seniors start losing their benefits because they get improperly put into what they call the death roll or the death registry, or whatever they call it, and they stop getting their payments? What's going to happen when privacy is invaded and people's information that they assumed that they for generations was going to remain private is opened up by government bureaucrats who are making mistakes and getting into their own files?
There were a number of other developments on immigration today. A judge denied a request to immediately stop the administration from carrying out deportation raids at churches. And this is all as the administration is moving to strip away legal status from many immigrants. Their efforts to revoke protected status for hundreds of thousands of Latin American migrants is being halted. But despite that, Homeland Security today moved forward with stripping temporary protected status from some 10,000 people from Afghanistan and Cameroon. What are you telling your clients, David, whether they're undocumented or they're legal immigrants?
Well, look, we're in an unprecedented situation. I mean, we've never seen an attack like this from all fronts against people who are in the country legally. Those Afghans that you mentioned, the Venezuelans, others, they're here in this country legally. They came legally. And so what this administration is doing is it's taking the lawful status away and making them unlawful. And they're doing it in a particularly cruel way. We know what happens to people who go back to Afghanistan. The Taliban still operates there. I've had clients flee the Taliban and wind up in the United States on special visas. This is just absolutely cruel. And it's outrageous to be sending people back to possible, well, I don't want to think of the consequences, death, imprisonment. It's not clear to me what the objective is here. What the objective is to take people who have come to this country lawfully, let's reemphasize that, and to then strip them of that lawful status, and then start trying to remove them from the United States.
Immigration lawyer David Leopold, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
The U.S. trade war with China continues to escalate with no apparent end in sight. Today, Beijing announced it will raise rates on American goods, a direct retaliation to President Trump's sharp increase in tariffs on the world's second largest economy. Lisa Desjardins has this report.
On Chinese state television, an economic shot fired. Word that Beijing is raising its tariff on U.S. goods from 84% to 125%, more than doubling the costs.
China is a responsible country. In the face of U.S. bullying and hegemony, compromise and concession are not a way out.
This after the Trump administration pushed U.S. tariffs on China to 145% earlier this week. American small business owners are watching for fallout.
Right now, as it is business, I think we are in a day-to-day basis.
Press A button to start. Press X button for accessibility, option highlighted, continue, option 1 of 3, control type.
My servants began to forge what was to become the most dreaded costume on the face of the earth. The last thing to fit was the mask. Would it conform to my twisted features in comfort?
He cleans his metal mask with gasoline, they after him. Last seen pulling a chick like a fiend, pull a fast one. Can't put shit past him. Got niggas on his own team mad enough to blast him. Retarded in real life on the mic, Rain Man. Stand close to his main man like a chain gang. Who give a fuck about who or they fancy crew? That's no mystery. Like Hardy Boys do with Nancy Drew. Sorta with her drawers down quarter. The ex-daughter brings slaughter like, well, I order. I suggest you hand over the formula doula. A villain in your land, in his land, a ruler. Hard hitting like puffin' the ruler with Lieutenant Uhura. Every day feel like it's an off day with Ferris Bueller. Brother pull heat to prove they not sweet. No matter how you spell it, we still got beats. Check the
question how we live, question what we give, take it to the next, leave them where they can't see me. Still they judge, but they be butt ass. Twist that wig like a muppet. Keep it simple, can't trust it. Lights the fuel, mic is the tool. Drink Jack, kick back, drop jewel. Finish what I start, mastered the art. Live in hell, can't explain it, inhale, confuse it more. Cop the 4-4, contemplate, meditate. Dictate, I direct my direct fate. Coming of late, curious. Can I say shit? Do it for Kato Rock, do it for K-Nit.
R.I.P.
K-N-I-T, sub-R-O-C.
Eternally for M.I.C.
Only we save we.
Yeah. Send direct to the public. Or your poor motherfuckers get school slam on sight. By candlelight, my hand to write these rhymes till I'm burnt out. Mostly from experience, shit that I learned about. Topics and views generally concerned about. With different ways to come up and earn clout. I take a look at my life and pace the trails from top bleak and savage females with fake nails to face veils. You out your frame but still bagging them too. You know I know, these hoes be asking me if I'm you. Like my twin brother, we did everything together from 100 cots and lots to copping butter levers. Remember when you went and got the dark blue Bally's? I had all the different color Kazals and Kazalis. The sub-rock 3-finger ring with the ruby and the O-Ock. Truly the endless dynamic duo on the whole block. I keep a flick of you with the machete sword in your hand. Everything is going according to plan, man.
And now I seek revenge on the one who forced me to hide behind this mask. Don't move, you fools! Within my gauntlet is concealed a most effective weapon. Why are you smiling? You see? Now!
That's the end of doom. I only wish we could be certain of that, Commissioner.
Oh, yeah? I'll bet you we won't see him again until doomsday. Get it? Doomsday.
Yeah, we get it.
Oh, brother.
And you say Shy City, Shy City, Shy City.
I'm coming home again. Do you think about me now and then?
Yeah.
Do you think about me now and then? 'Cause I'm coming home again. Home again.
I met this.
you pack my bags last night, pre-flight? 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out there alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out here alone. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell, and there's no one there to raise them if you did. And all the science I don't understand, it's just my job 5 days a week. A rocket man, a rocket man. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh before. Fathers talking shit, motherfuckers slam the door. Hitting streets running, cannot take it anymore. In the rain, summer train, I cuddle up the floor. On a park bench door and sleeping here for free. Little kids sitting in the shooting gallery. Set yourself up for innocence to misery. Well, this is what you want, not doing what they fucking say. Hanging out with Sid yet again in the USA. Sydney, in the USA. Lower East Side, 1976. Who's got the dope and who's turning tricks? Shit at Caliota, all for a fix. Ripping off some lady just to want to keep you sick. But I like bones slow when you got nowhere to go. What the fuck happened to your soul when you're low? Is it coming over? Is he coming home? Oh, mama's disappointed, waiting by the phone. Hanging out with Sid yet again in the USA. Sydney, in the USA. Motherfuckers that he hates. He's so fucking people by the gun that they straight. Who's got the bag? Gonna steal his thing. Right up on bitch door. Sleeping here for free. Little kids sitting in the shooting gallery. Set yourself up for innocence to misery. Well, this is what you want. Hey, not the word. Why fucking say? Hanging out with Sid yet again in the USA. Sydney, in the USA.
I got rounding on my mind. I got rounding all on my mind. Hate to leave my baby, but you treat me so unkind. I got mean things all on my mind. Little girl, I got mean things all on my mind. Hate to leave you here, babe, but you treat me so unkind. Riding down to the station, it's the fast mail train I see. I think I hear it coming now. Running down to the station, it's that old fast mail train I see. I got the blues about me so-and-so, and the dog got the blues about me. And I need this morning, with my arm full, I've been crying. And I'm leaving this morning, with my arm full, I've been crying. I have to leave my baby, but she treats me so unkind. I got mean things, I got me things on my mind. I got me things all on my mind. I got to leave my baby, but she treats me so unkind.
watch how the moon sits in the sky of a dark night, shining with the light from the sun. The sun doesn't give the light to the moon, assuming the moon's gonna owe it one. It makes me think, are you back for me? You do favors there rapidly. You just turn around and start asking me about things that you want back from me. I'm sick of the tension, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed while I find a place to rest. I wanna be in another place. I hate when you say you don't understand. I wanna be a place on my head. Maybe someday I'll be just like you and step on people like you do and run away all the people I thought I knew. I remember back then who you were. You used to be calm, used to be strong, used to be generous. You should have known that you wear out your welcome, and now you see how quiet it is all alone. I'm so sick of the tension, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed while I find a place to rest. I'm so sick of the tension, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed while I find a place to rest. I wanna be in another place. I hate when you say you don't understand.
tonight, the city by the bay has movie stars and liquor stores in soft decay. The rumbling from distant shores sends me to sleep, but the facts of life can sometimes make it hard to dream. Life rocked me like Motley, grabbed me by the ribbons in my hair. Life rocked me ultra softly, like the heavy metal that you wear. I'm flying to the moon again, dreaming about Arrowhead, how I gave you everything and took your life away. I put you on an aeroplane, destined for a foreign land. I hoped that you come back again and tell me everything's The banker's heart today, Manson's in the air, and all my friends have gone, 'cause they still feel him here. I wanna leave, I'll probably stay another year. It's hard to leave when absolutely nothing's clear. Life rocked me like Motley, bad beginning to my new year. Life rocked me ultra softly, like the heavy metal that you hear. I'm flying to the moon again, dreaming about Arrowhead, and how I gave you everything and took your life away. I put you on the aeroplane, destined for a foreign land. I thought that you'd come back again to tell me everything's It's fucking hot, hot. Winter in the city. Something about this weather made these kids go crazy. It's hot, even for February. Something about the sun made these kids get scary. Writing in blood on my walls and shit. Like, oh my god. Jumping off from my walls into the docks and shit. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't sick of it. Baby, baby, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm flying to the moon again, dreaming about marzipan, taking all my medicine to take my thoughts away. I'm getting on that aeroplane, leaving my old man again. I hope that I come back one day to tell you that I really changed. Baby, it's hard.
believe it. As I sit and lay, I watch myself from the top. It's like third person, I see. My life's like a video game, just me. I seen God kiss my forehead while I was asleep. Told me that I'm the chosen one, that must be neat. Every time I think about thoughts that I might not understand, but now
Used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in accent sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly kicks. Honeys wanna chat, but all we wanna know is where the party at. And can I bring my gat? If not, I hope I don't get shot. Better throw my vest on my chest, cause niggas is a mess. It don't take nothing but front for me to start something. Bugging and bucking at niggas like I was duck hunting. Dumbing out just me and my crew, cause all we wanna do is party and bullshit and 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 party and bullshit. Hugs from the honeys, pound from the roughnecks. See my man say that I knew from the project. Said he had beef, asked me if I had my piece. Sure do, 222s in my shoes. Holla if you need me, love, I'm in the house. Roman strong, see what the honeys is about. Moet poppin', hoe poppin', ain't no stopping. Big Papa, I'm a bad boy. Niggas wanna front, who got your back? Niggas wanna flex, who got the gat? It ain't hard to tell I'm the East Coast overdoser. Nigga, you scared, get some poster. Nigga, I told you, put fear in your heart. Fuck up the party before it even starts. Is he drunk, off a Henny and stuff? Or some brand Nubian shit beating down punk? Party and bullshit and 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 party and bullshit. Bitches in the back looking righteous in the tight dress. I think I might just hit her with a little Biggie 101, how to tote a gun and have fun with Jamaican rum conversation. Blunts in rotation, my man Big Jock got the Glock in his waist and we're smoking, drinking. Got the hooker thinking, if money smell bad, then this nigga big is stinking. Is it my charm? I got the hookers eating out my palm. She grabbed my arm and said, let's leave calm. I'm hitting skins again, rolled up another blunt, bought a Heineken. Niggas start to loke out, a kid got choked out, blows were stoned, and a fucking fight broke out.
Drug dealer Benzes with gold diggers in them, and elevator condos on everything I love. This ain't a wave or a phase, cause all that shit fades. This lifestyle's forever when you made. They tweet about the length I made them wait. What the fuck you expect when a nigga got a cape and he's great? Ovens full of cakes that he bakes, still spreading paste. The love just accentuates the hate. This is for my bodybuilding clients moving weight. Just add water, stir it like a shake. Play amongst the stars like the roof in the wraith. Get the table next to mine, make our bottle servers race. These are the games we play, we are the names they say. This is the drug money your ex-nigga claim he makes to all of my young niggas. I am your ghost in your raid. This is my purple tape, save up for rainy days and baby mama wishes. Along with the side bitches, they try to coexist, end up wishing you die bitches. Stood on every couch in the A at the black party, no jury on, but you richer than everybody. You laugh a little louder, the DJ say your name a little prouder, and we don't need a globe to show you the world is ours. We can bet 100,000 with my safe hold. My number's looking like a bank code. These are the games we play, we are the names they say. This is the drug money your ex-nigga claim he made. Ain't no stopping the champagne from popping the draws, from dropping the laws, from watching. When yay back shopping, the cars and the women come with options. Caviar facials remove the toxins. This ain't for the conscious, this is for the mud-made monsters who grew up on legends from out of Yonkers, influenced by niggas straight out of Compton. The scale never lies, I'm 2.2 incentivized. If you ain't energized like the bunny for drug money, or been paralyzed by the sight of a drug mummy, this ain't really for you. This is for the Goya, Montoya, who said I couldn't stop then afforded me all their lawyers. The only kingpin who ain't sinking. Chess moves that made my third eye ain't blinking. Stay woke, nigga, or get out. Still pull them whips out, still spread the chips out. Might buy your bitch some new hips and yank a rib out. The message in this music all my niggas had to live out. These are the games we play, we are the names they say. This is the drug money your ex-nigga claim he made. Yeah!
love her, and I hate to leave her lonely. Ring, ring went the iPhone, it was my homie. He said, let's hit Japan. If we can make them jam, we can make 100 grand. Spend it in the south of France, nothing further. I jumped, grabbed my go-yard trunk, got ready to walk it out like Unc in my John Lennon chucks. That's when I heard murder. You're killing me and filling me with sorrow. Sunrise goodbyes and missing you tomorrows. I turn to see my dream love, supreme queen, Nina's thing on the scene cry. I drop my bags in the flash, that's faster than 180 on that dash, sir. To dry your tears and wipe the rain from my dear like Dasher. Use the dame who's the username to all my passwords. The reason I get fly is I've been Jasper.
Right now, as it is business, I think we are in a day-to-day basis.
Jose Garcia owns a party supply store in Los Angeles and imports much of what he sells.
Balloons, latex balloons, ribbons, bags, everything made in China.
But other industries say the tariffs could be a godsend, like these shrimpers on the Gulf Coast.
We're American businesses. Our whole town thrives off the shrimping industry.
Ken Garcia, no relation to Jose, says cheap imports have left U.S. shrimpers struggling.
We really needed something to help us, propel us back into profitability. And it looks like these Trump tariffs are going to be able to do that.
This comes as Chinese state media reported that President Xi Jinping told world leaders China and Europe must oppose unilateral bullying.
So let me make it clear, Europe did not start this confrontation and Europe does not want this confrontation.
Europe, dealing with a 10% tariff from Trump, has welcomed the administration's pause on anything larger. But the European Economy Commissioner had a warning.
If we do not see movement also from U.S. side and willingness to move away from this kind of tariff policy, we will have to defend our economy, we will have to defend our companies.
Today, the White House said phones were ringing off the hook from countries hoping to make deals.
More than 15 offers are already on the table.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the president wants Americans to be patient.
As he said, this is going to be a period of transition. He wants consumers to trust in him, and they should trust in him.
This after 10 days of stock market upheaval that for some might have felt like weeks. On April 2nd, when Trump announced sweeping tariffs, the Dow Jones Industrial began to plummet. It regained some footing when Trump backed off the toughest tariffs earlier this week. But as today started, the Dow was still sharply below where it was last month. Something else is lower, too. New data from the University of Michigan shows consumer confidence dropped for the 4th straight month. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Lisa Desjardins.
The wild week on Wall Street ended on a higher note today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed back above 40,000, while the Nasdaq shot up by more than 2%. The S&P 500 rallied as well by almost 2%. For a closer look now at how these tariffs are already impacting the U.S. and global economies, we're joined tonight by Mary Lovely, a senior fellow who studies tariffs at the nonpartisan Peterson Institute for International Economics. Mary, thanks for being here.
It's my pleasure.
So let's just begin with the latest retaliation from Beijing, raising tariffs on U.S. imports to 125%. What companies and industries here will feel that, and what are the potential sort of ripple effects of that?
Well, obviously, it's going to be our export sectors and our exporters. Agriculture, soybeans, the chicken industry. We sell a lot of chicken to China. Advanced machinery will feel it. So all of these exports are now reaching prohibitive rates, which means that they'll have to turn to somebody else. Just as they did during the first trade war. But at these much, much higher rates, the first time rates went up to maximum about 25% on some goods. And now, as you heard today, we're over 100%.
I mean, for like the semiconductor business, for example, we know the tariff hurt that industry as well, targets that industry. China, my understanding, is imports some $10 billion in semiconductor chips from the U.S. every year. These new tariffs are going to put pressure on companies like Intel and others with domestic manufacturing. What can they do now? Is there any way that they can still maintain access to the Chinese market, or do they potentially shift manufacturing out of the U.S.?
Well, many of them will. Some of them will shift manufacturing out of the U.S. What we're seeing is sort of a bifurcation or a splitting. So you'll see companies investing in the U.S. for the U.S., and they'll be able to operate behind this tariff wall with high prices. So they'll be able to create things that might in the past not have been really economic to produce here because they have these high prices. But for serving the rest of the world, they'll go outside the U.S. They won't have to pay higher taxes on their inputs, the things that they import to use in production, and they won't face retaliatory tariffs from other trade partners.
This escalation has continued step by step. Do you see this moving towards negotiation between the U.S. and China anytime soon?
No, I don't see it moving toward negotiation. I don't for the big economy. So that includes China and the EU. Smaller countries, particularly those that are more dependent on the U.S. market, will